All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What is that? 19! Look. 59! 24!
On first down, it's Watson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. To throw is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 50, plant. Hey, foxtrot. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And a loose football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now back to throw. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
94. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Second and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Burrow. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Watson looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The run for Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We're scoreless after 1.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Right back to him on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick Shane Ray.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jason Kroom. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson, excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Bernard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Let's go. Ready. 18 Gator. 6-3. 2-18. Chop down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From midfield now on 2nd down. Watson, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Out of the gun, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 2nd and 14. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. They're going to look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Bernard. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a carry for Bernard. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Bernard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, Pollard. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Tony Pollard, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Back to throw here. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Ready, set, 55, X3, 218, chop.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Again, here's Bernard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, they'll get...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 8 on the screen. Bernard. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Now Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bengals, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.